good thing, and it seems like maybe after the Virginia game you guys would have wanted to play right away, but what was the benefit in having the bye week?
I think it gave us a good chance to kind of step back and reevaluate where we're at as a team and where we're at individually. Watch a lot of the games that we've played in and understand where we can improve moving in to the rest of the season. So I think it was good in that aspect, giving us rest.
What do you think the back end tried to improve, because you guys obviously been so good, in the first couple games and had maybe not your best against Virginia? What did you guys want to try to do better?
I think communication is always a big part, just being on the same page and making sure everyone is understanding where we need to be and what the call is and different things like that, and just going back to cleaning up our technique and playing with good fundamentals and playing fast.
It sounds like maybe you guys were getting away with some stuff the first couple of games, but still obviously putting up good numbers and stuff. I don't know if wake-up call is the right word, but was this game kind of help you guys kind of realize that there are plenty of areas you guys need to improve on, even though the stats and stuff look pretty good the first couple of games?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you go through a loss, like, you're going to reevaluate what happened in that game, why it ended the way that it did. We're always going to move into the next game with that mindset that we have stuff to work on, but it was definitely a wake-up call, like you said, to understand that, all right, here's what we can fix. Now we need to move on to the next game and play the way that we know how to play.
I think they had like 3 touchdowns over 50 yards or something, or whatever it was. I mean, you guys hadn't really given up too many, I guess it was 2, but haven't given up very many long plays. What did you see on some of those? Was that frustrating, some of the long plays they had?
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be frustrating when an offense makes plays on you, but they just made plays. I mean, we're gonna move on to the next week, and we're gonna make plays as well. So, I mean, when those things happen, we have to be able to bounce back and keep playing in that drive and not dwell on it too much. But I mean, going back in film, we're watching, understanding what gave up those plays, and I mean, sometimes it's just little mistakes, sometimes it's communication errors, technique errors, whatever it is. It's always little things that we can focus on throughout the week.
There's 3 quarterbacks who might play in that game on Friday. What's the challenge in that? Not really knowing who it's going to be, and sometimes you try to prepare for 2, but there might be 3. So
yeah. I mean, like you said, they have 3, and there's film on all 3 of them at least. So there's games that we can watch and things that they like to do with their tendencies. But at the end of the day, you just got to line up and play who's in front of you. So we're excited for that aspect. We know that they all can run. They all like to move, and they all like to try to extend plays. So we'll just be ready for whoever it is.
Given your background, how special is this game against BYU on Friday?
For me, I think it'll be a fun game. Just the atmosphere. I've never played there, but I heard that it's pretty intense over there, and it'll be a fun game. I have friends and people that I know that go there. Other than that, it's not like too much invested in me in this game, and the fact that this is a huge game for me. I mean, every game I want to treat the same. I'm just excited to play them, really, yeah.
You went on a mission, came back. You're going to be playing a bunch of guys that have done the same thing. Is there a benefit to that, or maybe a detriment? How do you feel about that? Taking 2 years off and then coming back to pick things up.
Yeah, I think the benefit would be that you have more time to allow your body to develop. So those 2 years, you're coming back at 20 instead of coming into college at 18. I think the downside of it is you're taking 2 years off and you're not practicing those techniques and those fundamentals, and having that mindset or that mentality of being able to play football. So I mean, that's where the catch up is when you get back, is the mental side of the game. But I mean, other than that, I think once you're at that point, everybody's on the same level, and if you can play, you can play, and if not, then you work to the point where you can.
What do you see from Avery Williams defensively? It seems like against Virginia he got in the most that he had pretty much all season on defense. What kind of catches your eye about him? What he can do on defense for you guys?
He's one of those dudes that will always work really hard. He's willing to put all the extra effort in and do more than is asked of him. And so I think that speaks a lot to who he is and to how he plays. He's a good cover guy, and he's not afraid to come up and make plays. So I think that's something to look forward to watching him play as well.